Hi. This video is for Mr. Michael Manley, and if you don't know who Michael Manley is, he's the president and CEO of the Jeep Group of the Chrysler Group. And I want to tell you a little story, because what you see behind me is my son's Jeep. So this video is dedicated to him. Now, the story behind this is last Tuesday, I went into Toronto to play golf with a very old friend on this gorgeous day in a beautiful course, and just as I was getting out of my Jeep, my cell phone went off. And it was my daughter. And she said, Dad. I went, what? I'm going to play golf, TJ. No, Dad, you got to come home. And that would be why? Well, because Jay's been in an accident and he's been ambulanced to the hospital. Oh, shit. Okay, so I looked at my friend and I went, John, I think we're going to do this another day. Well, yeah, but before you go, I think we need to have a drink. Yeah, well, Johnny, a wee bottle of scotch would really do, but it's not an option for me. That's because I got an Ozzy Osbourne minute. I can't take booze. So we went up, we had a quick drink, and I piled into my Jeep. So I was in Stouffville, and my son's being ambulanced to London, and I gotta tell you, from Stouffville to Victoria Hospital in London, 2 hours and 45 minutes. You do the math. Wow. And on the drive, I went through all of those emotions. You know, is he dead? Is he gonna be on life support? Is he gonna be, oh my Lord. I can't tell you what it was like. Anyway, I want you to see just how bad this Jeep is. And then I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay, so what happened? Well, my son was coming home from a medical for a new job outside of London. And wow, he's on a gravel road, because out here in the rural area, we use gravel roads to get from point A to point B. And as he's wandering down the road, his back tire blows out. That's this one right here. And in order to correct it, he slows it down, but he's on gravel. And what happens? He does a 180. And after he's done the 180, wow, he has to veer away and swerve to miss one of those big telephone poles. And guess what? He flipped this Jeep about 50 feet into the farmer's field. Now I gotta tell you, this is a moment. So after he's settled, the Jeep is stopped. Here's the thing. He gets out of the Jeep and he calls his wife, who he just finished marrying 3 weeks ago, and says, honey, you gotta come and get me. Wow. Two things that saved him, and I'll tell you a little story about that. Number one, he had his seatbelt on, and number two, he had this amazing roll bar. Otherwise, he'd have been crushed like a bug. So, it's kind of a Jeep thing. All right. Well, folks, I got to tell you something. On my way back to the hospital, I was just waiting for one of them black and whites to pull me over, because I just needed somebody to guide me, because I was kind of like, well, out of it. And then I thought of something. You know, this is like father, like son. Back on January the 31st, 1997, same vehicle, 2 years older. I'm driving back from a formal dinner in Toronto with my black tie and my Mickey Mouse vest. And I come out of this little town and I'm up the hill and I've just geared down and I hit black ice. And guess what? I roll off the side of the road, hit the shoulder, and flipped 3 times into a ditch. I've just called my wife and said, honey, I'm going to be home in 20 minutes. Now I had to scramble around to find my cell phone, my coat. Oh, God. I had to call her back and say, sweetie, I don't think it's going to be 20 minutes. I'm hanging upside down in my Jeep. Oh. So the police come, and the first thing they do is when I get into the vehicle is they start to laugh at my Mickey Mouse vest, and I'm freezing because it's the coldest night of the year, and the wind with the chill is about like -40. So I find my coat. So as I said, like father, like son. Okay, flash forward. I get to the hospital at 3 o'clock. My daughter-in-law, oh, bless her, she's in with my son, and I have no idea. So I said to somebody, do you know where my son is? And they went, yeah, but we'll have to get somebody to come out and see you. And I went, I'm good with that. Just let me get somebody to come out and talk to me. So out she comes, and she says, he's fine. You're kidding me. He's fine? Yeah. He was walking around when I got to him. The police came, they put him in an ambulance, and they raced him here. Hey, folks, it doesn't get any better than that. My wee son, he survived. It was a Jeep. Now, you know what? I got 4 Jeeps. Well, no. Now I got 3 and a bit. But I got to tell you, if you're going to be living in the snow belt or anywhere in North America where you got to go through stuff, you know, all those Jeep commercials and the snowbanks and stuff, this is what you want. You want a Wrangler, 2-door, 4-door, I don't care. Of course, you got the money, you can have one of them Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee SRTs. Now that's an awesome vehicle. But I got to tell you, this sucker saved my life, and it just saved my son's life because of the seat belt and the roll bar. So if you don't have any, or I'm sorry, if you have any ideas about this thing not being safe, think again. And what's more, this is a freebie for you guys. Buy American. You know, the car companies are doing an awesome job. I mean, you just look at that Cadillac SRT, CRT-V. Wow, what an awesome vehicle that is. And the Ford Mustang and the Charger. Wow. Come on, guys, buy North American. That's my mantra. In North America, drive North American. How can I say that? Because I was stationed in Germany for 3 years. I drove on the Autobahn. I drove those big suckers. Boy, the only way you can drive those is to let them out. 240 kilometers an hour down the Autobahn, that's a ride, man. And put that in your bucket list. So, all said and done, wow. One more thing, Mr. Manley. My wee son, you know, he'd really like to have one of those big Rubicons, you know, with the big fat wheels. That'd be awesome. I don't know how we can do that, but I'm just asking. You don't ask, you don't get. Anyway, here are the credits. First of all, this has been done by a very good friend of mine who's just started his new company. So John, CanvasShoeProductions.com, visit his website. And to the guy that brought my son's Jeep here, George, awesome, thank you. And last but not least, Charlie, this one's for you, bud. I can't drink, Charlie. You know, it's too bad. But this one's for you. Happy sales. Oh, by the way, I have a new logo. Girls, you know, you've got all the ones like, it's a Jeep thing you don't understand. I live, I ride, I am Jeep. Well, this is the new one. It's a Jeep. You don't get it? Jeep rocks. Okay, ladies. That's it.